Okay, it's part two. So I was just wondering, like, how long do you let something like that go on? You know, do you just act like it's not happening? You just grin and bear it? How long do you let that happen before you decide to do something about it? You know, um, being the good person, being a good-hearted person, being a nice person, you know, I think it's a saying that said, good people finish last, or good people always get the bad end of the stick, or something like that. Although that's kind of cliche-ish, it does hold some truth to it, because people know when they encounter good people, and they know that if I go this far with this person, I can go this far and get away with it, because this person is so good, they got such a good heart, they're not going to do nothing to retaliate, you know. And I think that's where people need to start being proven wrong, you know. Um, it's unfortunate that people are allowed to just get away with stuff, you know. And like I said, I don't know if you want to call it the devil or what you want to call it, but I do believe people are evil enough to come into your life. They sit back and they watch you, and at the moment that they see that you're at your most vulnerable, that's when they you know, put their claws in you to try to grip you. It's not that they want you so much, it's something they want from you. They don't want you, it's something they want from you. And once they get whatever that thing is, once they get whatever it is they want from you, then they don't have no more use for you, you know. um I think that sometimes we need to say, you know, set some boundaries. We got to start, even as a really nice person, sweetheart person, you have to start setting boundaries from the get-go. And I think if we are conscious enough to set boundaries, and then people will be more, they'll be more cautious about the way they deal with people, you know. And also, if you start to retaliate, I hate to say that, you know, I'm not talking about doing anything crazy or physical to anybody, but I mean, you got to stop people from coming in and out your life, destroying your peace, destroying your happiness, you know, messing with your heart and your mind, and then they go on like ain't nothing happened. They go home and go to sleep. You know, you up all night crying, you up all night praying, trying to get over the hurt they have caused you and all that. While they go home or go wherever they go, they lay down and go to sleep, you know, or they move on to the next victim or whatever they doing. You have to have in your mind that either you're going to make it through when somebody misuse you, when somebody take advantage of you, you're going to make it through. You're going to die in the middle of it. Or you're going to be strong enough so you can take some kind of retaliatory action. I think sometimes that's the only thing that straightens people up, retaliatory action. Because trying to have a conversation with people, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And again, I'm not talking about doing anything physical to anybody, because ain't nobody in the world worth that. Nobody's worth that. But there needs to be consequences to actions. People love to talk about consequences and actions. They say that when it comes to other people, but when it needs to be applicable to them, they feel like it shouldn't be applied to them. You know, they quote these great sayings, except for when it comes to themselves. And I found a lot of times those be the biggest hypocrites, the biggest You know, a person that will see bad in everybody, that's the person you need to watch out for. That's a person you definitely need to watch out for, because a snake is a snake, and a snake don't care who it bites. A snake don't have no loyalty. A snake don't have no compassion. A snake don't have no repentance. A snake don't have no remorse. You know, a snake is just a snake. And it's not going to be long before, you know, nice people, good people get tired of being bitten. And we're going to start retaliating. You know, whatever that looks like to you, that's what it looks like to you. But, you know, I was thinking about some things this week. You know, like I said, I just kind of shut down. You know, I was thinking about my mom and my daughter and, you know, my dad and all that kind of stuff this week. So I was in a very emotional place this week, and I just kind of shut down. And, you know, few people didn't understand that. They felt like I was ignoring them or whatever, but that's not my thing. You know, I'm 55 years old. I don't intentionally ignore anybody, just, you know. And so, because they thought I was intentionally ignoring them, then they start playing this little tit for tat high school child game, you know. So now you're not answering me when I call you, you know, that kind of dumb stuff. So, you know, like I said, I'm 55 years old. I don't have the patience for that kind of stuff. You know, I really don't have patience for that kind of stuff. So I thought to myself, as patient as I am with people, the times when I need people to be patient with me, I don't get that same grace. I don't get the same space that I give other people. You know, you can be gone, you know, 2-3 months. And, you know, and you think that's okay. I shut down for a few days, and it's a problem, you know. And I just think that at the end of the day, nice people get tired of being nice. Nice people get tired of being nice. So I think that if anything, even with myself, I think if anything, I feel like I'm going to start retaliating. I really do feel that. I feel like that about myself. I can't speak for nobody else. You know, because I know I'm a nice person, and I know I give people grace and space to make mistakes or whatever, because we all have our own personal flaws and stuff to deal with. But when you keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over, you know, that's not a flaw. That's a pattern of behavior now, you know. And if somebody keep bringing it to your attention, like someone told me, if I keep having to bring the same thing to your attention and you don't do anything to fix the situation, that's you showing me you don't care nothing about what I'm telling you. You don't care enough to fix it. You don't care enough to change. You know, our relationship is not important enough for you to make any changes. So, come back for the last part 3.